Hello, I'm Valentina Isis, the goddess of astrology, and welcome to this episode of Love and Relationships for the sign of Virgo. Now, this works if you have your sun, moon, or ascendant in the sign of Virgo, or your Venus or your Mars in the sign of Virgo. Now, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is how does Virgo love? What are their love needs? How are they in relationships? What can you expect of having a relationship with your Virgo lover? And how is it that you can make your Virgo fall in love madly, madly in you? Okay, so let's see what Virgo has in store for their love. Okay, so before we start with the whole relationship love issues, I just want to touch on some aspects and themes that Virgo people naturally are. They're very altruistic, they're very selective, they're very detail oriented. They're demanding, they're perfectionists. They're known for being that perfectionist because they can really get into the detail of something and tame it to the point that it's full of perfection. They're also very persuasive, self-righteous. They like that prudeness. They like that virginal quality. They like to be clean. They like to be, healthy. They like to be pure. They have a very strong energy with purity. Also, they're very practical, very serviceable. Virgos are like the ones who will always, always help you with anything you need. But the problem is that sometimes they don't want to be helped. But they definitely will be always there for you when you need their help. They're affecting. They're under demonstrative. Sometimes they're not that showy of affection. They're very content, classy, and prude. They have that they hold their ground a lot, and you're never going to see them losing control or losing like their energies. They're very, very poised, very poised, and this sometimes might not be in the way that you want to show affection. There could be a little bit timid. They could be a little bit timid. They don't want to step on people's boundaries. They're monogamous for sure. They really love to be in a relationship with one, nothing else. And because they're an earth sign, they definitely need this security. They need a lot of security, and they need to know that the person that they're with is somebody that is secure, reliable, honest, consistent. These are major, major things that they definitely will want to have. And they want to have a little bit of practicality in their relationships. They don't want to just be in love because, oh my God, I saw you and I fell in love with you immediately and our love will, feed us. No, they really need that secure, stable, material security that, okay, I'm with you. What is our goal? Are we planning to have a home? Are we planning to grow together? Are we planning to have a family? How is it that we're going to be living? And when they feel the security, they feel love. They feel like they can count on somebody. They're hyper energetic. They definitely have a lot of anxiety, restlessness, because their natural ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is a very changeable, fast-paced planet. So Virgos naturally have this energy within them, and they can make them a little bit nervous and a little paranoid. They're very health conscious, like I told you. They like to be pure. They like to be clean. They don't like to eat, weird things. A very high vibrational Virgo energy will be very caring about their body, their health, what they need to be working out, what they need to be eating. And this is something very important to them. They're healers because of this. Once they learn how to manage the food intake and the exercise and what is it that they need to do to keep their bodies pure and clean and at their best possible perfectionist state, they become healers themselves. They could be a little bit of a warriors because they worry a lot. They do think a lot. They do get paranoid. They do get very restless. Very humane, responsible, very serviceable, like I said before. And they could be a little bit critical because they are looking for this perfectionist streak. So these are just the qualities of the Virgo. And now when they go into a relationship, they need the needs that benefit that her partner. Okay, they really want to be, for their partner, they want to be the best partner. They want to be the person that they can count on. They want to be the all-important lover, friend, and ally. That they really want to give that energy to their lover, that you can count on me for anything that you need, even if it's cleaning your clothes, to the point of cleaning your clothes, cleaning your dishes, keeping the kitchen clean, to the point of like, I'll be there to help you in any sort of trouble that you will be at. They're very, very much about giving and serving and helping in their relationships, and they want to feel like their loved one counts on them with everything, counts on them with every single situation, little or big or small, it doesn't matter. The thing is that they're kind of attracted to people who are troublesome. They're kind of attracted to people who are kind of handicapped, or that they kind of have a friction or fringes in society. So kind of like the underdog, because their opposite sign is Pisces. Pisces is a very dreamy, escapist energy. So they kind of fall in love with these poets, these musicians, these spiritual beings, very, very highly spiritual. But then these people are the ones that sometimes don't know how to connect with society in a practical way. And sometimes they could be handicapped, sometimes they are troublesome, sometimes they're very different, they're very weird. So these are the types of lovers that they're attracted to. Virgo's very attracted to that. That the energy that they can be the savior to someone is something very exhilarating to them, that they can be there to save them. They thrive on the savior, like I said. They really thrive on being the savior and full-time helpmate, okay? They really want to know that their lover is counting on them for everything and all of it. And they actually get a lot of pleasure from helping people, but sometimes to the point that, you know, they might not notice, but they put a lot of things in their plate. They put a lot of responsibilities in their plate. And like I said, Virgos, sometimes they don't like to ask for help, but they're always there to help you in anything that you can. The characteristics of this lover is very direct, very disciplined, and very devoted, and honors their commitments immensely, okay? They want to be serviceable. They want to be helpful. These are the major, major aspects that you're going to see in your Virgo lover. They're always there to help you. They are very disciplined about their love, okay? They don't take it lightly. Even if it's just a small favor that you ask of them, they do not take it lightly. They definitely do it. It's very hard for a Virgo to tell you, no, I can't help you with that. That's very rare. Even if they have a bunch of things in their plate, they will still sacrifice to go and help you with that situation. So you can count on a lover that is very reliable, that is very grounded, that is very committed and disciplined to the duty that the relationship is asking from, and very serviceable and helpful. They want to feel this energy in their relationships. They need of others. And sometimes, you know, they put so much of their needs, of other people's needs, in front of their own needs. So, like I said, it's very hard for them to say no to people when they need a favor, especially their loved ones. It doesn't matter. They will be there to help them in every single way that they possibly can. But the only problem is that they need to be careful that they're not overextending themselves to the point that they're neglecting their own needs. And this is where the Virgo has to be very careful. And they're very strong. They're very strong people, but they don't resent being the follower of the relationship. Like if they need to be the leader, they can be the leader. But if their loved one is somebody who's very, very leaderist, they want to do it their way, they're the ones who want to plan the plan, and they're the ones who want to lead the situation. Virgos are very good at adapting to those things. They're like, okay, yeah, I can respect that. I can respect you wanting to lead the situation. I'll let you lead it. And they don't get resentment for being, the second player. They don't get resentment out of that. They're not clingy, okay? They could be very helpful, but they're not clingy. They're not a person that is very clingy. Instead, they have a very strong commanding force with economical and emotional needs, okay? So they're very strong at helping you economically, how to balance out your economics, how to balance out your finances in a practical way, and emotional, okay? So they're very practical with their emotions, very practical with the way that they take money and they take their finances. This is a good thing, okay? So if you're a very elusive lover, very intuitive, having a grounded Virgo energy could be something very good for you. They're definitely there to help you in every single way that they can possibly can. But do not abuse this, okay? Because Virgos sometimes can see the difference between being, being a person who is a user, like a person that goes in the best way possible, like I go and I help and I do all these things, and then being used. Okay, this is where the Virgo needs to kind of draw a line, draw a boundary, and really understand, okay, when am I being of help and when are people just taking advantage of me? Okay, and this could be in all their life, but mainly also in love. And he or she does best when their lover is in need of them. That's when it's like, dun dun dun, Virgo to the rescue. Like they really really love that moment where like their lover is like, baby, I need you here, I need your help, like, oh my god, I couldn't have done it without you. Like these are the things that really exhilarate their energy. Now, for the situations that happen with Virgo, they do have a natural tendency to criticize, okay? And this is not something that's against you. It's not something that they're against you or that they're trying to point out in you or they're trying to hurt you. It's just that they naturally criticize because of a result of their own anxieties, okay? Than that of the shortcomings of their lover. So if you see that your Virgo's criticizing you, nitpicking at you, it's more of their anxieties. They're going through an anxious moment at that moment. They're kind of worrying about something, and they just naturally go into criticizing mode, because criticizing means that, oh, okay, I'm thinking about how I'm going to make it better, or I'm thinking about how I can fix this. But it's naturally more of an anxiety and restlessness that they have within themselves. So if you're dating a Virgo in any aspect, in moon, sun, ascendant, Venus, or Mars, do not take this as something wrong. Do not take this as like, why do they keep doing this to me? Take it as like, okay, they're anxious. They're kind of worrying about something right now. What is going on with you? And because this hypercritical energy, at the end, this is all an elusive thing. They could be very hypercritical, but in reality, Virgos are super accepting of people's shortcomings. They're super accepting of their virtues, their faults, and they defend them till the end. So don't get confused by the situation. The Virgo really, really loves you, and they can really appreciate your shortcomings and that's why they're there to help you. Really, they're there to help you because they know, okay, I'm better at organizing the finances, I'm better at organizing the situation here, being more practical. My lover's not very good at that, but that's okay, I'm here to do this. And one of the things that they really love to feel is that they're of use, that they're of help, that they actually give something. Like Virgos are not the type of people that want everything to be done for them. They wouldn't feel very good about that. They want to feel like at least I contribute some help to something. And that makes them feel like, okay, I'm relaxed. They're not lazy, and they're not like, oh, let me just lay here and get all my needs met from this person. No, they want to feel that they are of help, and this is when they feel their best. They are super charming. They're super charming, and they know how to collect their resources, how to utilize the resources. So you're working with a very practical lover. If you get married to a Virgo, or if you decide to live with a Virgo, you're going to see how they're able to grab things and really use them to their max potential. They're very practical in these things. And like I said before, Virgo, you need to know the difference between being a user, being somebody that comes in here and helps, to being used. Okay, that's where you really, really need to kind of find a balance there. Also, outwardly, the Virgo can be somewhat a very prudish nature. Very, very prude, because they like things to be in order. They're not people to be showing public affection. They're not people to be like displaying things. Like, they're very prude. They like things to be classy. They like things to be correct. They like things to be organized. They like things to be in their place. So they're not like raunchy and vulgar, not at all. They're very prudish in their outside, but deep down inside, they're very romantic, almost like a teenage girl or like a teenage boy. So don't get thrown off by this prudish nature that they have. Deep down inside, they could be very, very weak need when they find romance in their life. Also, they also use their rationalism over their sentimental yearning. So they're very rational. They're very much thinking like, why this, why that. They think a lot. They're very pensive. So that's why I say, if they're being overcritical, it's because of their own anxieties, their own worries, their own situations within themselves, that you can help them subside their worries. Help them realize that it doesn't have to always be perfect. That when you nitpick at something, you're actually taking away the spirit of it. When something is imperfect and it's beautiful, that means that it has lots of spirit inside of it, that it just exudes out of it. So don't nitpick at it so much. Also, because they're kind of prudish and they're kind of content, they are not so ravishing in sexuality. They're not like, oh, let me ravish you and make love to you. And no, they're very prudish, and this sometimes can throw off their loved one. Sometimes their loved one can feel kind of insecure, like, why is it that you're not like lusting over me? Like, why is it that you keep yourself so content? Don't I excite you? Don't I make you feel like an animal? Like, don't I make you feel like you want to pounce on me? Virgos don't get thrown off by this. Virgos want to, because they're the virgin of the zodiac. They're more of like the damsel in distress. Oh, they're more like the damsel in distress in relationships. So do not expect your Virgo lover to be pouncing on you and lusting over you and sexually like, oh, I'm gonna get you and I'm gonna do you. And no, they're not like that. They're very poised and they're very prudish in that situation. So it will have to be the other way around. You are gonna have to be the one that ravishes them, and that's when they can play the damsel in distress role, which they like to do. And because it tends to withhold in sexuality, it can increase insecurities in their lover. Okay, so don't be thrown off by this. And also Virgos, step out of your comfort zone so your lover can actually feel that you're lusting, that you're wanting them, that you sexually are like wanting them in return. This is something that men and women appreciate. And because of this, because they kind of feel like a little withholding on sexuality, it's really more of a deep-seated fear of not being worth it enough, okay? So these are just the tendencies that Virgos naturally have, but you are dealing with somebody who's very reliable, very committed, very wanting to do the right thing, very practical. This is a person that can definitely help you organize your life yourself and help you with the daily tasks of life. This is where they definitely thrive. They love giving you health. They love giving you more of a healthy energy in your aura. So take this as a very beautiful gift, all right? Alrighty guys, I hope this was of help to you, for you to be able to understand yourself a little bit better in love and relationships, and also for you to understand your loved one, your beautiful loving Virgo, in your relationship with them. Okay, if you want to have a little bit more of an understanding in your relationships and the compatibility that you have with your loved one, you can always make a consultation with me in the link below, so you can get more of a thorough reading especially for you. Alright guys, so I'll be seeing you guys for the next episode. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day.